Welcome all. This is the Australian Indie Wrestling Show. Fellow wrestlers, trainees, event support staff, friends, foes, and everyone in between, of course. We are here today to, I'm going to keep going. We are here today to review Boom. Of course, we saw Boom was up and about from Australian Wrestling Championships a few weeks ago. And we have with us today Adam Crowe, who, of course, was on the card and was there in person in Adelaide. And, of course, joining me is the Don Morleone. How are you, Don?
I'm good. I'm ready to talk about this. I was excited when they were talking about the whole build up to it, and they're now finally seen it, so we can talk all about it.
Well, yeah, if you remember, this was a pilot for TV or filmed as a pilot for TV. So let's get into it. And of course, match one was, of course, your match, Adam, Crowe Brothers versus Dante.
That's right. Yeah.
How'd you find the experience, mate, overall?
I think it was a unique experience. I've known the individuals running the AWC for a very long time, so it was really cool to see their goal come out. In real life, they followed up on everything that they said they would do. They'd bring catering to the crew, bring this awesome venue, bring this awesome setup. The boom letters were really unique. They were handmade by the individual himself. But I enjoyed the setup. I really enjoyed working with Trent and Dante as well. A couple of unique talent. If you haven't got a chance to check them out, check out their Instagram, check them out on YouTube. They've got a lot to offer.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Trent O'Day. I've met him a few times. He's a good cat, and I've not met Dante before, so I can't comment on him as a person. But he sounds like a cool dude as well.
Now he's fun as well. We got an opportunity to practice some things together, and he was just curious about a couple of things to pick up, threw it his way, and the minute he learned it, it was awesome to work with him.
Sweet. Oh, that's awesome to hear. The approach to the whole thing, obviously, is spouting this big thing of doing a TV taping. How were you sort of going into it? Like, were you like, whatever, it's just a chance to wrestle? Or you were like, this might be a thing? Like, how was your mind frame going into it?
I'm personally someone who's really big on presentation, so I found it a really good opportunity to go through as well. Tried to angle my matches in certain ways that I can have the camera work with hard cam, sort of trying to work the best of both worlds, working the cam, working the crowd, and working the cam at the same time. I enjoy that challenge personally.
Yeah, well, at the end we saw you guys like sort of leave, and Michael Weaver made his way through. Made you guys look a bit small. Through the camera angles, as always.
Anyone standing next to Weaves, man, like he's just he's another type of human. You're gonna look small next to him.
So he came out next against was it JB Bamford?
So it was advertised to work JP Bamford, but one of his old foes actually came out, and Brett Santorini.
Brett Santorini, yeah, that's it. So it ended up being Michael Weaver versus Brett Santorini, which was an interesting deathmatch down under style match. Sort of
very big meaty men slapping big man meat. In the background you'll hear my dog every now and then.
Yeah, so of course, don't go around to Adam Crowe's house looking for a fight. You'll get his dog firsthand.
We're big fans of the four-legged friends on this podcast. My dog was just out the back barking as well, but he's littler, so it's not as loud. So we're cool.
No, okay, perfect. He is always welcome. He might make an appearance when he's there.
For sure.
Hey, I apologize in advance for that one too.
No, keen to have him on the pod if he wants to jump in, bro.
Well, then next we had sort of a cinematic vignette which introduced Misfortune, and do you think that highlighted her attitude in a great way or something? It was sort of highlighting the combatants for the main event.
Yeah, so I thought it did good work for them. I'm a real big fan of both Misfortune and Kylo Knight. I think it's difficult to really get a small snapshot on what they offer. So, I can say, yeah, it has shown what Fortune can do, but also, no, not enough, because there's a lot that she offers to the ring. You need a TV episodes long length of just highlights. She's got a lot to offer, and same with Kylo, if I'm being honest as well.
Yeah, and it was another teaser for Joey Triton's upcoming street fight on episode 2. So that was the sound wasn't as great on the as the Misfortune one. So you got to like sort of like match that and when you're doing these sorts of things. But then we had the main event, which is Misfortune versus Kylo Knight, non-title, and that was pretty cool. Showcase between Australia's women's wrestlers, so that was pretty cool to see.
That's the beauty of like what you were saying before about it showcased them a bit, but not everything that they could do. That's the beauty of the idea of television, in a sense. If this can continue from here, it gives them a little snippet so people are interested, and then there's still more in their bag, which is probably the best way to go about it, rather than just emptying your bag and going, this is everything I can do, and if then people are interested, there's nowhere to go. So that's probably a good thing rather than a negative thing. Not that you were saying it was negative, but like it's probably better that they just showed enough to get their interest. So
absolutely, and this is probably not the best metaphor here, but it's telling everyone on coming to Macca's because look how good the Big Mac is, and then you actually see the menu and you go, oh, this menu runs deep. It's got this, it's got that, it's got this, it's got that, and this is what you sort of get in these snippets. They go, oh wow, like this is Fortune could do this, and then you watch your matches. And you go, oh, holy crap, there's more than meets the eye. Mm-hmm. And that's the same as Kylo as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought it was good back and forth match, for a main event of a TV taping. So yeah. Then it was night two. Started off with a bit of an opening segment introducing the giant Coyote coming out. A bit of a legend on the South Australian scene, should we say?
No, he's more Queensland, isn't he?
Well, it was just, I say that because it was a heavily South Australia-based show. Yep. And they even made mention of that themselves. Hey, so that's where I kind of got that wrong.
Yeah, no, that's all right. If you don't know Coyote, then that's understandable. They're in SA.
Yeah.
But no, Coyote's been around for a long time, and unfortunately his career was cut short because of an injury to his foot. Had surgeries, wasn't able to get it back to full working order, and unfortunately his best option was amputation. But that dude is killing it right now, all over streaming video games. He's at all kinds of Comic Cons, and is using what's happened to him to power forward rather than to shrink away, which is amazing. And if you've ever met Coyote, obviously you did on the weekend, Adam, just the nicest fucking guy.
Really nice dude. He's got a fantastic sense of humor. I've run into him a few times now. If you have the pleasure to sit down and have a chat with him and even just pick his brain for some of his experiences, he's come across some really interesting characters as well. He's got some stories that most of us in the industry and the community would be interested in hearing. Mm-hmm. Just pick his brain if you ever get the chance.
Yeah.
Definitely reach out and get him on in the near future. But that sort of led to a bit of a showdown between one of the commentators. And it was like 4 minutes long or something. I was like, oh, this might be going on a bit too big for like indie wrestling sort of thing. It's not like your WWE. So that was the only thing I kind of took away from it. But match 1, Port Adelaide street fight, Joey Triton versus Jesse Daniels. That was pretty cool. Good fun, So yeah, featuring chairs, stop sign, barbed wire. So yeah.
I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on these individuals. I go really far back with Joey Triton, so I feel a bit biased speaking about him. Jesse Daniels, I got a chance to sit down with him. I really like his tenaciousness.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to know what you guys thought of these guys in general.
So Jesse Daniels, I feel like I've watched him wrestle a few times. I've met him in person. He's one of those people that I don't think is easily shaken, if that makes sense, like by opportunity and stuff like that. So something like this for him, he just bit into it and went as hard as he could. And he's one of those guys that doesn't have the typical wrestler body, but still goes hard. Like he still looks in great shape, but doesn't have that.
I think he looks in great shape.
Enhanced sort of look, you know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
catch my drift. But he embodies his character. And goes all in. You know what I mean? He's not halfway like, oh, I'm the devil's double, but I just wrestle.
And of course,
like
he had the
else.
handsome Billy Mack next to him.
Yes, very cool chick as well. So.
Yeah. So
I
yeah.
also don't know much about Joey Triton, so I haven't met him. So
Yeah, so that was the first time I saw Joey Triton, and he was saying on his promo that there's only Queens come from Queensland, so that was interesting. That's a one way to go about it. And then he
yeah,
came out, and it basically, no, the match was good. So like, like nothing wrong there,
He's
but
a
just
he's quite an underrated worker, Joey Triton. He's not a guy that's ever flashed himself bad. Doesn't really post on social media very much, but he's got 15, almost 20 years experience in the ring. He was working weekly. If you ever get a chance, like if you see his name pop up, like I know he's a regular ACW or PWSA, for example.
yeah,
If you ever get a chance to watch one of his matches, he's real old school style, and
yeah,
he's bigger and more intense than he lets on as well. He's got a lot to
yeah,
offer.
I'll
yeah.
definitely have to look up a few of his matches. He sounds like the kind of wrestler that I enjoy watching.
Not a
So
typical look as well. That's
yeah,
that's what make not make. That's why a lot of people don't get drawn to him. But when you get to see his work, you go, "Oh wow, he's got a good style."
yeah,
Not a
yeah.
typical look for the 2020s, you might say,
Yeah, yeah.
or the 1990s. So we're looking, and I came across another wrestler spotlight in PJ Red. Now I found this interesting because PJ sort of gave a bit more of his life story, and you started kind of like could connect with him a bit more in this one than some of the other packages that had came out. Hey, so yeah, that was interesting, and
No,
of
it's good
course,
because you give that different. As far as a TV show goes, not everyone can be the superstar, the big name, the badass. You know what I mean? Someone's got to be the humble sort of like, you know, fighting from underneath kind of like underdog. You know, he's putting out that this is my wrestling journey. You know, and it works. You got to have those characters, man. So I think that was a good little addition.
yeah, yeah, and just next it was Rocco Reed's Open Challenge, so that was match two. Which turned into it was supposed to be 1-on-1, but then it turned into a four-way. So that was just getting more guys on the card, which is like I guess what sort of the stuff this is for.
Absolutely. It's not for me as well. When I look at the four names here, it's not just like get guys on the card. It's like, hey, like there's four really like talented next generational kind of wrestlers here. It is really worth showcasing them. Rocco Reed, he does have a lot of charisma to offer. He's got a unique style as well. Malachi Slick, he stands out so much compared to the rest of the
I
roster.
got to say, in this one, Malachi Slick stand out once he got going. Once he
He's
started wrestling, he stood out a bit.
he's like I hope I'm not saying this terribly, but he's like a short, pale Booker T almost, like with his uh, generational uniqueness, as well. He also makes gear. If anyone out there is looking to make gear, look at the Ranger Shack. Malachi uh, makes his own gear. Corvidae as well, another quiet workhorse as well, who's been around just as long as I have, since 2014.
Yeah,
Took a little bit longer to get into things, but he's so unique with his character work. There's not a lot of people that have his level of commitment on that. And
yeah.
Prince Apollo is one as well. He's got a good mix of both in-ring and character work. These four, like, if you're going to turn around and like hand pick a good bunch from South Australia to say, hey, we should highlight the next generation, it's a good bunch to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it gives a good what would you call it, like different look, like the four-way compared to the singles or the tags, or you know what I mean. It just gives a different style of match so that you keep it interesting. It's not just the same thing. Again, you're looking at this TV format because you're trying to produce something to show a range so that you can from there work from it, and you don't just want to do the same thing. So having that four-way, especially changing it from the singles, it just adds a little bit more drama to the show and a little bit more excitement, I think. So I think that was definitely a win.
yeah. I mean, it was a fast-paced match featuring all South Australian stars, as Adam said. So
I will say though, I would prefer that kind of a match as an opener,
Yeah,
where it's straight into action.
So I was gonna, as much as I've given it some love as well, I do one small nitpick for me personally on this episode was going from four-way to three-way. So these are good on their own. Where like I would have loved to get the variety, breaking it up a little bit, and it would have been an opener to go lead into our three-way, which we'll get into in a moment.
yeah, and then they had a wrestler spotlight on Gav McGavin, and yeah, again the sound wasn't the greatest on this. And I thought he mentioned that he got some people signed to Japan and the US. I probably wouldn't mention that, like he
Sure,
probably mentioned stuff, yeah, exact stuff getting yourself over. But then we've moved
Was
on
it?
to the main event. Sorry, Adam, do you want to jump in there?
That's just a smart ass comment. But look, at the end of the day, Gavin, I think, is probably one of the more humble individuals in the industry. And if after 20 years he goes, I want to mention a thing or two. I've been, in my personal experience, I haven't heard him flex one thing or another. I've only come across him a handful of times. But if you're going to bring up something like, "Hey, I've gotten someone some paying jobs overseas," it doesn't hurt to bring up in my humble opinion.
Don?
pass.
Pass. Fair enough. And then so the main event, Gav McGavin, Kai Thorne, and PJ Red. I was like, yeah, heavily going behind PJ Red because of his Victorian status. 3 represented states from one match, Kai Thorne's got an odd look, hey, like.
He's been interesting in terms of what he offers, but I actually don't mind what he can do in the ring.
For TV, I probably would have gone for his previous look, like with his mask off and stuff like that. Like good enough looking dude just to be on TV, like what? It's just I thought the mask sort of like is too much to take in on a pilot almost. Hey, like when people.
I would imagine that was like an effort to really, really stand out from the go. Whether it nailed it or not, if that's what he was going for, then he's nailed it. But whether that has done what he wants, I'm not particularly sure.
What did you guys think of the 3-way altogether?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer to watch PJ Red in a singles match, or a tag match, So, yeah, I just thought, and I didn't think it was probably one I'd finish on for the end of the show. That's all I'll pretty much say. Hey, I probably would have done something else myself, but yeah, that's just me.
Well, that's a good thought because on the live show day, this was also the main event as well.
Yep.
Some of the fans were happy with it. Some of the fans would have picked another match or two. I wouldn't mind hearing your thoughts. I'm sure if the showrunners watching this, we wouldn't mind the feedback either.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I would have gone this street fight.
Yeah,
street fight would have been the main event. 2 reasons. One, less worry about cleaning up before the next one. Like all the mess, any mess that was left, the show can shut down, everyone can leave, and then they can worry about it. If you're going to clean that up between matches, it delays the show, slows things down. I don't know how it went on the day. Like, it might have been a super fast cleanup, but...
that one was before intermission as well.
Okay, yep.
So they use the intermission to clean out. If you want full clarity on that one.
That's good.
That's why you're here, brother. That's why you're here.
Man.
That's for full clarity. But yeah, I mean... I might have got the commentators to have a couple of Cokes before they went on air. Just they were a bit like, just not didn't feel the energy off the commentary team.
Mm-hmm.
If that's fair.
So that's one of the things that I think
is really important for television. Like,
I'm a big believer. I think because I grew up with, and sorry to cut you off.
That's all right.
I'm a big believer of the JR, Paul Heyman, Jerry Lawler style, where like I need to feel like you're jumping through the speakers.
Yes.
That's the only way I could watch my wrestling properly. When I was watching SummerSlam earlier and hearing Wade Barrett, he's trying to jump through the speakers, man. The way he shares his emotion. That's the only way I can watch my wrestling. I do agree with that.
You provide the hype, it creates the hype. If the commentators are there watching it, and the thing is as well, you got to get the idea that these commentators have seen a million matches, but this one right in front of them has got their attention and they're fighting to and while I get the crowd wasn't a stadium, so there wasn't hard for them to get across, you want them to be having to push their voices without yelling to get their message across. Like they're, just and obviously when there's times for it to slow down, but especially at the start, they've got to be hyped. I'm here right now. You putting that out to anyone watching, what is it, the classic, like, the atmosphere is electric, you know, I've got goosebumps, this is, you know, you don't have to say it's the greatest thing in the world, but you have to act like it could be.
Absolutely. It's
the atmosphere is electric. Hang on, I've got to take this down because I'm commentating soon. Give us some tips, Adam. Give us some tips.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with what Dom's saying as well. When I was a young man, we get thrown opportunities at like birthday parties. You don't get enough heads to rock up. So sometimes you've got to host and commentate at the same time, and you can see even the parents and the kids sitting in the front row. They don't give two shits unless you start giving two shits. Yeah, and then if I'm on the screen, if you're sitting on the other side of the screen, which is incredibly hard to keep someone's attention, knowing they can just flick next thing.
Stop.
What are you gonna just talk flat into my ears? No thanks, man. Like I'll just sit there and watch fucking Baby Shark. Like there's more energy in that than what you got here.
Saying that some of the entrances might have been a bit too long, you know, like coming out.
Just for me, like I thought that a little, like, and again, I understand you want to give the guys their bit to get over, but that's where the commentators get the guys over. You need close, tight shot so that you can recognize who they are. They see the colors, you see their face. They do a pose, or like I think you guys did like you still get that stuff on the apron. Like you sort of did I say dance, but I don't mean dance. Like you guys did your thing. But yeah, like you get that coming out, and you sort of, I feel like you need to tell the guys like, hey, quickly get to the ring, do your pose. So the commentators can be fucking getting you guys over and saying, hey, this is this guy, they're doing this, or this is this girl, and she's doing that, and I'm getting excited. So that
he's my guy.
But and then quickly cut to get into the action, especially that first match. Unless there's, you know, you've got the opposite, like where Roman Reigns takes forever to get to the ring to the point where people get mad at it, but that creates an aura at a certain time.
I think it's a very different situation.
Yeah.
But like, saying that, like, I probably would have put your guys' match on last and the ladies on first, just to get straight into the action, bit of interest, because they had all the talk about Kylo Knight overseas and stuff like that, and then sort of have you guys sort of finish it up at the end. That's just me personally, because I thought it would have like kept people engaged for longer, you know. Like, if you guys want to talk to the crowd, you probably need some boom mics in the crowd for the audience noise and stuff like that. I think someone was trying to talk to the crowd. It's just hard to hear them on the camera audio. But yeah, that's pretty much all we saw. But yeah, it's just everything.
Their first operation as well. Knowing the showrunner well, I'm not sure if we're allowed to mention his name. I'm just, again, good friend of mine. At some point, if he sits down and watches this, is good feedback. If it's not for him, it's for someone who might be sitting down and going, "Oh, do I have what it takes to run a show?" Listen to this advice from these guys who watched a million events. I personally was part of this one as well. You got to give a fuck about each one. You got to give a fuck about everything you do. And if you don't give a fuck, then why the fuck is anyone else going to give a fuck?
That's it.
100%. From watching it as well, like it's all the bits are there. Do you know what I mean? And it's like anything. This was the first run, giving it a go, like just sort of putting it all, you know, all on the line. There's always going to be bits you can pick out and go this and that and the other, but it's not to disparage it. It's just to be like, hey, like, let's get this thing happening, you know, like do put out as best you can. Any feedback, bang that in the next one. And then actually the other thing I thought was having, rather than have the show guy host it from the middle of the ring, it'd be cool. You might need to cut some backstage, because it wasn't live, like to cut some backstage segments, like not just the vignettes, like have someone introduce the show. That's a classic TV trope, you know what I mean? Like from the commentary desk, or from like not a sound stage, but like a banner presenting the brand as well. Something along those lines. I think like they're not the star of the show, but they're the figurehead. Like any sports show, there's that guy that's like I don't watch enough sports, but
you're the host. But I do often find like most indie shows, they operate better. I don't know if they're on the big stages, they do this off television, you know what I mean, just to guide the crowd. But that you always do need that host.
Mm.
I put together shows over the last couple of years as well. That announcer, that host, they're like my 2IC essentially, right? They really are trying to set the stage, and they got a stage for every ebb and flow of the whole show, and then what's going to come next as well. Giving shout outs to anyone. Pat Hurley is someone to look at as well. He's done some fantastic work even just this year. Just in those ebbs and flows. I thought that was unique that they had someone who is experienced in that field in Paul Roberts sit on in a recorded manner. When in my experience as a young man, he's one of South Australia's most beloved characters. So just having him on the mic going, "Hey guys, how's it going? Who's wrestling? How was that?" That's something that you don't have to have in the TV show itself, but keeps the crowd lively.
That's it. Yeah. So you like it is a wrestling show thing. Like you have that guy and do it. Doesn't always have to go on the show, like you say. You would produce that TV show, make it TV. You still produce the live show for the people, but there's bits and pieces that I'm not sure was 100% necessary, but it's obviously cool to get Paul on the show for obviously him being there and doing it. It gives him a little bit of love, so I assume that was the point. So yeah.
If there's any feedback I can throw out to other events that this showrunner did really well, it was the masseuse ready to go in the locker room.
Yeah.
There's something every promotion has the capability of. Every now and then they can. Every now and then some can't. Any that can, please.
Yes.
Gratitude.
There was a short period in EPW where I think one of the guys' girlfriends was training to be a masseuse. So it was just like, for them it was like, all right, fucking, I'm here. You know what I mean? Like just playing her craft, just like, and it was fucking great. Like just, oh, you done? Yeah,
yeah. My turn. Yep.
Yeah, I'm up. Yep. But yeah, that's the tips. Masseuse, good catering, good TV.
That's it. Well, that's pretty much the review of Australian Wrestling Championship Boom, episodes 1 and 2. Did you say there are a few more episodes of this?
Me personally, I'm not sure. Those are the 6 matches that were recorded.
Yeah, were recorded. Yeah, that's all that was on during the matches. Yeah, so that's it. We've seen it all. Yeah.
So this this actually is publicly being released August 20th at an SAE exhibition night. So we were lucky enough to get a sneak. Me and Scar were lucky enough to get a sneak peek. Adam lived it. So anyone wanting to catch this and check it out, I'm pretty sure he's going to release it on YouTube, but not until he's had his premiere
opening night. Yeah, and the links will be downstairs. Basically, it's worth a watch to see what can be achieved if you put your mind to it. And we'll see what the other people produced. I think there's a few more TV tapings coming up in the year. I think ACW has one coming up, and I think OPW have one coming up in November.
Yeah. So
that should be interesting in itself. Yeah.
So it's all moving forward. Like there have been TV things in the past in Australian wrestling, and they always seem to be sporadic happening. And we live in an age now where there's a lot more ways to get eyes on it. Whereas for a time, I remember, I think IWA had TV on Aurora once, and I stumbled across it. Just ran. I didn't even know it existed.
Vulcan used to be on Aurora. A few others.
PWSA, when I was a young man, it was still called Snakebit, was on Channel 31. I remember telling my neighbor as a 19-year-old, hey, you could, I'm a wrestler. He didn't believe me, and then later that night he flicked it on. He saw me on the television.
Wicked.
He couldn't believe it. It was the most obscure thing. I think Channel 44, if you're in South Australia at the time.
Those are the public access TV shows. So this hopefully someone gets it onto either a streaming network or free to air, and I think maybe this time it might be as big as Gladiators used to be.
If it's done right, if there's
with social media and everything. If there's money behind it, you got to capitalize. And that's the only thing, like, we probably haven't mentioned, like, maybe this show was a bit undercapitalized before it moved ahead. There's other shows that are looking to be heavily ramped up. So we'll see how they compete compared to this. You know, because the last one wasn't that great, and an OPW a hit and miss can be. So we'll see how these come off. But you know, we wish them all the best.
Yeah.
And hopefully someday, sometime soon, we can switch on and see Australian wrestling on TV on one of the free-to-airs or Foxtel or, you know, Netflix or whatever, Disney. Local, you know, Hulu, whatever the fuck you watch these days.
SBS. I'd be happy for SBS.
The sex before the soccer.
I don't give a fuck. I'll download the shit one, but just so I could watch some local wrestling.
That's it, hey. So we'll look out for that. But go check out Australian Wrestling Championships Boom, as recommended by Adam's dog. So check that out. But Adam, thanks for coming on. It was great to see you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Cheers, man. It's good to have some good insight from inside the walls of AWC Boom.
Yep.
No, my pleasure. And before you guys go, I'd love to know, was there a standout wrestler, standout athlete, standout character for you on this event, on any of these 2 episodes?
No.
I mean, like, I enjoyed watching the tag match, and you guys were good. Like, I searched out Trent O'Day specifically. I'm a big fan of his work before that. But I will have to have another watch through and really sort of go, that was the one. Just because I was watching it, but I've been doing other things at the same time, so I was watching it, but not intently as I want to. And then the pod came up, and I was like, would have liked to give it one more run through before, but just ran out of time.
I will say Rocco cut a half decent promo, hey, at least, you know, for a television show. So, you know, not all was lost.
That's it.
You know?
As long as we got some positive, that's something we can work on.
Yeah, there were plenty of positives to take away from it. Like, you know, plenty of positives to take away from it. And hopefully people see that when they watch it, you know?
Yeah. It's depending on how you go into it watching it. If you go into it just like ready to hang shit, that's all you're going to do. But if you go into it with an open mind, there's plenty to see.
Legit, as you were saying before, public access television, this is fucking high class public television access. Hey, like public access television, this is fucking the bee's knees of public access television. Like, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, you know, very advantageous. Like very.
Yeah.
They're giving it a go, and you can't really fault the trying.
That's it. Like this is up there. Hey, like, you know, in the realms of having a crack in Australia. You know, so yeah. But definitely check it out when you get to see it. Adam Crowe, thank you for coming on.
So while we got you here, Adam, anything coming up for yourself that you want to quickly pump while we're here?
Good point.
Absolutely. I'd love to plug Adrenaline Pro Wrestling's 9th anniversary event coming up this Saturday, August 8th, Cranbourne Public Hall. I'll be taking on Adam Brooks. Yes, I'll be defending.
He's in the US, mate, isn't he?
He's coming fresh off the plane just to find out which Adam is better between him and I.
Oh snap! Yep. Yeah, well, we're about to find out.
Yeah, if you guys want to check out, happy to look after some tickets for you as well, if you're available, of course. He'll be challenging me for my number 1 contendership as well. I've been holding on to that a little bit too tight. That the rest of the roster isn't too keen on me holding on to it much longer. And Adam Brooks has stepped up to say, fuck off, mate. Someone with some real nuts is going to do something about it. Nice. As well as some big matches on that night as well. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling as well has got an event after that, August 28th. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. I'm going to be in South Australia, September 12th, for Revolution Wrestling. They've got brand new management there, and they're putting together a tournament.
What's going over there quickly?
Yeah, so I've been invited to take place in their number 1 contendership tournament for the Revolution Wrestling Championship, which Dingo Richards holds. The new management there is a good friend of mine as well that I've grown up with. I'm not sure if I can mention much. I'm just going to straight up tell you, he's a good friend of mine. The Southern Pitbull is what he was known as. Trained personally by Colt Devani, as well as was in classes with other heads like the Basso brothers and Johnny Raddick and a lot of those guys growing up with them.
Yep.
I was trained by Colt Devani once. He said I had a nice bridge.
That's it. That's a compliment. That's not something Cole does often.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's put this together. He's put together he's recruited some talent from around the place as well, similar to the Boom talent, because Pity, as we call him, is also cut from the same cloth as the gentleman who run for Australian Wrestling Championships, Boom.
Yep.
So sees a lot of similarities to that. So I'll be taking on Brain Dead Billy in the first round of that tournament.
Yep.
If you haven't got a chance to check out him and his brother, the Oneers, they're also incredible talent to check out too. Shout out to them.
Yeah, caught up with the Oneers plenty of times, eh? They're always good fun to watch.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on, Adam, and we'll catch you around, mate.
Thanks, bro.
No worries, guys. Take care.